If you want to understand how everything works, all you have to do is think in terms of Russian nesting dolls. Everything is a microcosm of a macrocosm, and it's all mirroring itself in different ways. And there's a spectrum between one end of polarity and the other. So that's why the macrocosm of the universe matches a lot of the microcosms that we see in us. That's why the macrocosm of nature reflects in the microcosm of us. So if you think of everything as just stacking and stacking and stacking and stacking on themselves, then you understand how reality works. They just theorized that dimensions go on forever. Duh. Everything is separated by dimensions, and it's all stacked on top of each other with the spectrum in between. And that spectrum is frequency and vibration. It vibrates at a different rate. There's low rates, there's high rates, and there's everything in between. And then you move into a different dimension, and that's vibrating too. And it's all right here on top of us. This is what Einstein was seeing when he was talking about time travel. He didn't know about the same photon being the same photon. He didn't know about all the things that we discovered now. But that's what he was seeing. He was seeing a little part of it about time. You know why? Because quantum tunneling and quantum entanglement. Those prove that there is no time, and he already knew that. Time does not exist in physics. That's why he was having such a hard time with it, because none of it made sense. Well, it makes sense if you understand that everything is built with these particles that vibrate, and it's the same particle. It's just using time to go back and forth. And that's how he saw it. He was seeing a little bit of the mathematical problem of the whole big thing. And when you think of the cosmos, the universe, you think of it as consciousness. Consciousness is the huge thing that holds it together. You could call it a quantum computer. It's the housing for it. And then everything that happens in all space and time, forwards and backwards, anything you can think of, aliens, otherwise, all of it, is all housed in this consciousness. And it's a spectrum. Everything is a spectrum. So there's a high spectrum and there's a low spectrum. And that happens with your frequency of emotions. And that's how you create this reality. That's how it's mirrored to you. Consciousness wants to experience itself. So it can create anything, be anywhere, and do anything. So it's going to create every single possibility and probability to experience itself. And everything is the electromagnetic field. And it's all recursive. So if you think of consciousness as this big, huge thing, it's all going to come back to you right now in the spot that you're in. Because your consciousness creating reality. And it's the most beautiful, mind-boggling thing. But if you're neurodivergent and you see with your mind whenever you're figuring out problems, and then you are a very good pattern mapper, and you know science and quantum physics and medical stuff because you don't watch TV and all you do is try to learn because you love it, then you can see how everything's pattern mapped together. How you are the one creating everything all at once just to experience yourself. So if you want to change your reality, accept who you are. Convince yourself of whatever it is that you don't want to convince yourself of. You can call it delusion if you want to, but the science backs it up. So, call it whatever you want. Just don't call me Shirley.